Welcome to my garden. Right, this is my front garden, and we're planning to put tomatoes here. We're gonna clear this place, but we're just going to leave these trees, fruit trees that have grown on their own in this space. We just wanna try to clear the whole place and bend all these cut off trees, branches, but we're gonna leave some of the logs for firewood. People want firewood. There's plenty of firewood in this place. You can never finish it. And back at the home, they're using gas. They don't even use firewood. But when I come to live here, I think I would love to cook my food with firewood. I don't want to use too much of gas, but rather I would love to use firewood. So this is a cane, sweet cane, right? We call it ipra, which is just growing on its own, right? I'm going to see if it is mature enough, if it is sweet enough. Let's just cut it. Right. And we're gonna feast on it. So all these holes, we are going to put trees. These are dragon fruit. Right. They've been digging holes right up to the end. So you can see these places are, if you put something here, it is going to grow. As you can see, the shrubs that are growing here, the overgrowth that is here, you can see. It's an indication of how fertile this place is, right? So we have a guava tree that also grew by itself. Right. This place, as far as guavas and mangoes are concerned, they just grow on their own. The mangoes die because of lack of water. When the rain season stops, then those that have grown wild, they will just die. But guavas are resilient. This is a wild guava. If you like, this is a wild guava tree. It's also medicinal. The leaves for the guava tree are medicinal, very potent, especially when it comes to things like coughing, chest infections. The guava leaves are very good for that. And it's amazing how many guava trees we have in our land that are growing on their own. There is a lot of these guava trees just growing on their own. Right. So it shows that the land is good for farming. The land is good for growing. So this whole land, we want to put 10,000 tomatoes into there. I'm telling you, they are going to thrive. As long as we do it well, we don't leave them to be affected by diseases. We are going to get a lot of tomatoes here. That's my prayer. I pray that Ababa will bless the work of our hands. He has given us fertile land, and this land must give to us. All we need to do is to just work on it, and when we work on it, this land is going to be productive. As long as we pull finger, as long as we pull finger and work it, it's gonna produce what we want. There is no greater blessing than this, to have land that is this fertile, right? With this much growth, it is a clear indication that this land, you can grow anything and it can do well. So yeah, the guys are continuing to clear here. They've been cutting in the center. So let me just test this sweet cane to see if they are matured, or if it is a sweet cane in the first place. because sometimes there are others that look like sweet cane, but they are not actually sweet cane. We call this ipka in Bantu Shonan. It doesn't taste that sweet. I don't know whether it is a sweet cane that is not yet matured or is something else. No, I can't continue eating it. It doesn't taste nice. Right. This is the whole stretch for the garden. This is the whole stretch, and I am praying that we'll be able to clear this land before mid-April, and this one as well, because as soon as they finish clearing here this month, what is it? We're in March. As soon as they finish clearing, then we are going to dig holes for our tomatoes, put lines. We're not going to plow this. There's nothing there. We just dig holes, and there's no grass at all because this land is covered. So we are just going to dig holes, and then we plant. Then after we've planted, then people can come in and they start to remove whatever little weeds are left. Then we're going to stamp out the logs that were, the remains of the tree that has been cut, the roots and all that stuff. Right, we're going to do that after, when we've harvested our tomatoes. So that's the land that is where we are going to put tomatoes. And so all that stretch of land that you are seeing there, all that stretch of land, from the corner the way I come from, but going down, is the land of my grandfather. That in this side, from this opposite side of the road, that's my father's land. All right, all this is my father's land, and this is my grandfather's land that he left for us. And we are working on these lands. As you can see, the whole land is fenced. There is irrigation water coming to this whole land. They just harvested some potatoes and then they didn't put anything. And because of the rains, this land was well fed. Because of the rains, you can see how much grass has grown in here. So we need to get a tractor to come in and start plowing all this down. That will also be manure as well. So this is the line for irrigation, and these are the pipes that go into the field, the rain tubes. These ones, they go into the field. We don't have drip irrigation as yet, but as soon as funds become available, we are going to stop the rain tubes and start using drip. We tried to plow this spot with cows. We hired someone to come and plow for us, but they didn't do it very well. The soil was sticky, and they were not plowing like the way I wanted to plow myself. When I'm plowing, I don't leave all those gaps there. I want to make it nice, right? So this whole field, we're going to be putting mealies up to the top there. Right? Mealies for sale. We sell them as green mealies, right? And these are the pipes, the rain tubes that go into this field. So there were potatoes here that were harvested from this space. Right? They harvested from this space, and we are going to make sure that you see, all this whole land is our land. My father's land ends somewhere there at the bottom there. I'll go there with you and show you that land when I come back from this one. So that needs to be planted. We need to plant like now. Already there's some peas that have been put on the ground. Right? These are a few lines of peas that will be used at the restaurant. So we're hoping that the guys will come also and weed so that they are clear. So this, how many lines? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We've got 6 lines of peas right up to the end there. It's more than 100 meters to the end. So it's quite a stretch. It's quite a stretch. It's quite a stretch. So yeah, and here I'm not sure what they want to plant between the peas and the onions, but they must put some more veggies for the restaurant. Right. These are onions, 3 beds of onions for the restaurant as well. Yeah, they are looking good. They are looking good. They've just been transplanted a few days ago. Looking good. Right. And I'm sure these beds also need to be planted something. Potatoes are already coming up. The residues, the remaining potatoes coming up, and these 2 beds are for sweet potatoes. Right, we have sweet potatoes stretching right up to the end of the field. I'm not going to walk throughout the whole field because there's a lot of things that I need to record. Like this is a stream. Usually it has got water flowing down. I've been thinking about creating fish ponds along this stream, starting from there where there's that big log there, going down right up to the river. Then I do my fish ponds there and then start rearing fish, but I don't know how safe it is. So we're supposed to start from here. We're supposed to start from here. Okay. We're supposed to start from here. Okay, no, it's fine. This here, from here, we want to put our onions. We want to put onions right up to the end. Right? And we are plowing so that we can prepare the land for the onions, and a small portion that remains we're going to put cabbages. Here we've put tomatoes, and the rain tubes are already connected. Right, they're already laid on the ground. The rain tubes are already laid on the ground. So they are potatoes that have been transplanted. This small stretch tomatoes, I think they managed to put 8,000 or 9,000. Yeah, 8 to 9,000 plants have been put here. So if you look after them and they give you a good harvest, you are likely to get something out of this. But the problem is, as long as things are not done when you are there, there will be lots of stories. So all this is another field that needs to be plowed. The tractor is going to come and plow all this, and we need to plant onions here. We need to plant onions here. So that's our neighbor's maize field. Right, starting from this one, going down also, that's our neighbor. And my father's fields will also be going up. Right. So yes, there's another field that we're going to plow and put our onions and cabbages. Put our onions and cabbages. Right. Okay. This is another field. See, this was waterlogged a few days ago, but now it looks like the water is gone. It's dry. It's dry now. I think the tractor can plow easily. There was water here, but hope the plow will be able, the tractor will be able to plow nicely. As for onions, no, we'll just need to disc. I can see we need to disc these fields. We need to disc them. Right. We've only done. Yeah. We can make beds here. The soil is not smooth. Yeah, it's not smooth. We need to disc it. We need to disc it. We need to disc it. Yeah, Sakapanda was a disc cover. Yeah, we need to disc it.
Ndatienda kule.
Anyanya ndemberi futhi mchana.
We want to not to do this. Right. Oh.
Come by futhi.
Okay. All right. Right. No. You're okay where you were.
Come mchana. Side randizi acho.
Ila kitongo sete. La sete ndo adakupa.
Alright.
Ayibambe ile kale kitongo.
Aregenza hicho.
Ayibamba.
So what do you want to do? Why don't you move a little bit forward? Then I line it up for you. Okay.
Okay.
Right. Can you push it in? Push a gate. Yes. Do you have a pin? Do you have the pin?
Yes.
Right. Sorted. Yes, sorted. I found it. Right. Come back a little bit. Just a little bit.
I'm not going to move seconds.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, there's too much.
Did I?
Too much. A little bit more. Yes. You got it. So yeah, we will have to disc this land. We'll have to disc it because it doesn't look good. You can't make beds here. Say apa pano pakasiwa apa? Muchazoparima? All right. I get it. All right. So yeah. So we have to disc this portion. We used to grow rice in this field. It used to be wetland. Because there was water from February, I think. From February every year, there would be water inside here. So rice, that's what rice wants. But over the years, it hasn't been raining well. So yeah, but now you can see it's not that wet. We can actually plant onions here. Start planting onions here. Right. This is the first pieces of land that we're gonna have to work on. So you can see our fence stretches down to the river. This whole land where these trees are, beyond it, that's my father's land and my young brother. It's now my young brother's land. That's where he wants to build his home, and we'll be working on the lands there. The soils there are not that good, but I'm sure we will find a crop that can thrive in that type of soil. What we see in front of me, I'd put tomatoes, I put 10,000 tomatoes. They were doing very well. Then they got a disease, got diseased, and they all died. They couldn't pay us back. We got very little amount of money here, but we wanted to go for it again and see what we can manage to get. This pond, right? It used to have lots of water that lasts the whole year, and even fish. You could find fish in here. There would be fish inside here. There was a big tree, very big tree that was growing here, and it would put shade on this. But when these guys were clearing land, because they were clearing when you are not there, some of the trees are sentimental. You know, you want to keep them for memory's sake, for you know, it's part. They tend to become part of your life, and you don't wanna destroy them. So yes, we are clearing here. We intend putting some cabbages on this land. So that means between the lines, between the tomato lines, we're going to dig holes again. We dig holes and put, because where the tomatoes were, it's very fertile. We'll put lots of manure there. And so we hope that this land will give us a good yield, because the tomatoes were doing very well here. They were doing so well. It had not been for the disease, and they sold quite a couple of truckloads actually. Hey, mangwanani tamuka hedu mamukawo vabasa riri kufamba sei? Aiwa hapana basa riri nyore. Patooma here? Pakanaya manje kudai. Ya zvasvanwa kunge zvabviswa. Rega tichadzwa muguza kuti vanoti kudii. Okay. Alright, zvakasungwa nemakavizi. Alright. Aiwa, ndichataura nawo regedzai kana ndadzokera kumba ndovafonera ndizoti pakarongwe sei. Chokwadi. Vanhu vacho ndo vanonetsa kuwana. Pazvinenge zvatori zvemangwana, munhu wacho kuti azonzi azouya. Yeah. Hayo zvagara zvoda kutongobviswa because moda kuiswa makabeji umu. Hapabodyarwi pakadai so. Yeah. Right. So that's the field we intending to turn into a cabbage field. Right. Okay. That whole land behind the fence belongs to my brother. So it was supposed to be put into the fence, but when the guys were fencing, I wasn't there. I don't know why they put the line here instead of putting it behind there. So this is leftover manure, which we're going to use also here. This field had lots of veggies. They had lots of veggies. So it got to be waterlogged, and then the vegetables started drying out because of too much water. There's lots of water that accumulates here. So lots of water that accumulates here. You can see that it's actually, a few days ago it was just water here. It's drying up, and so from now onwards, because they put a lot of manure here, from now onwards we're going to have to start replanting, clear these fields and start putting some more, new vegetables that will have to be put on this whole field. Because this field alone, they say the market bundles, it produces over 200 bundles, market bundles. It is very, very productive, especially when there is no water. You see this one. See how much they fed it. See how much they fed it. It's well fed. It's well fed. It's all manure there. So they must rehabilitate these beds. Now that the rains are going, they must rehabilitate these beds. So I want to put a line of sugarcane, right at the edge there, right? And then another one following it. Then I'll start putting bananas as well, right? If we can put sugarcane, this whole stretch from there to the fence, from here, right? From this spot, right up to the fence. Then we can put sugarcane right through from the beginning there. Then in the future plan for this field is they can put vegetables now, but I wanted to put bananas this wall. 1,000 bananas can fit in here. I want to put some bananas here because those, from when I do my maths, bananas seem to pay more than these vegetables. I saw the bundle that they are making for the Mbare Musika. It's more than 5 kgs, and that gives you $3, $4, and at most maybe $5. So that's, and if you have 200 bundles, you get 1,000. That is very good if the market is like that. But most of the time, you can even go there and it's $1.50, and then your yield is not that good. But if you put some bananas here, I think your yield will be much better. So yeah, this they didn't harvest here when they were taking for the Mbare Musika, because the quality of the veg is no longer good. They need to come here and prune this, right? And then after pruning it, then they can, or rather even remove all of it and put new ones. It will be better. Then they give the rest to the animals. They can feed on that. So this whole spot that you can see, which is not planted, is because it gets to be waterlogged, right? It gets to be waterlogged, and nothing can actually thrive except if you grow rice. And probably if you put crops like bananas, I think they are able to sustain the moisture levels. They should be able to thrive in these under such moist conditions, right? That's this field. My father always loved it. He said this field is very productive. It just needs to be worked on. And the guys were also even agreeing with that. They say they got most of their vegetables last year. They got them from this field. But when rains come, then it starts to be non-productive. But we'll see what we can do with this field. We have to do something to make it work for us. We have to do something to make it work for us. Right. Yeah, that's it. That's it. So this was my mother's old garden. There was a lemon tree and a musawa tree here. But these guys, they cut it out. They cut it, and I was so depressed because those trees, I loved them. I wanted them to continue. We could even get seeds from the lemon tree. So it also gets to be waterlogged, this top part. As you can see, the veggies are drying out. It's because of the too much water. There will be actually streams of water flowing here. But as you go down, you can see that there is another spot there where it also gets to be waterlogged. But some of the places, they are good. And we need to rehabilitate this garden. We need to make it work. We need to put new veggies here because the rain is going. And so these beds will become productive again. And we'll start making more money out of these. Right. So yeah, that's like an anthill there. Right. It's very fertile as well. Yeah, right. So you see there's water there. This water seeping from the ground. There used to be like a spring somewhere here that used to produce water. But I'm sure it's still there, especially when it rains. It starts to get you can see the water there. It's flowing. Water is flowing here. Right. This field has been, some of these beds have been taken away by running water. So we need to bring in more soil, more manure into this, and then we rehabilitate this garden and make it to become productive. You can see these are new plants that have just been put, and they are already going. So I'm sure we are gonna get much more. We can, from the 3 gardens, we can get up to about 500. Those 500 big bundles. Maybe after every 2 or so weeks, we should be getting 500 here from this land. That's the target that I've given the guys, that they must work on these vegetables and make sure that they produce that quantity of vegetables. We need to be productive with this land. We need to sell from this land. We need to make money out of this land, because how can we not make money when we've put so much on the infrastructure, the fencing, the pipes? You can see all this. This is money, and this money must be recouped. We must recoup this money back into our pockets. So you can see how this spot, just this spot alone, you can see how it is like. It's quite productive when you look at it. It's quite productive. We can get lots of. I dug fertility trenches here, from somewhere here, right? From somewhere this spot here. Yeah, I dug fertility trenches, right? And then up to here, where the garden used to end. I think it was somewhere here, right? So that whole stretch, it was fertility trench, and I fed it many years ago. And I can see this place continues to be very productive. It continues to produce lots of veggies, right? You can see how these veggies are, my height. So I think, in my own opinion, we should just remove this and put new ones. And by the time we get to June, July, we'll be having a bumper harvest from this field. We'll be having a bumper harvest from this field. Right. I'm so thankful to Abaya that we have such land, such amount of land, such fertile land that could turn our lives around. We could be rich if we work on this land consistently and professionally. That's what is needed here, right? That's what is needed. We need to work on this land and maximize on its capacity, right? So that we can all live well as a family. There's no need for us to be going to many other places to eke out a living when we've got a land like this. This should be sufficient to provide for our needs. We could even become rich if we pray that Yah blesses the work of our hands. And if we manage our land properly and make it to become productive as we want it to be, this is good. So these are the solar panels for the pumps. we're gonna add some more solar panels because we're going to bring in some more pumps because we want the water to get up to the mountain that side. So we're gonna have to add some more solar panels. So this is our water source. This is our water source. It's a lot of water. You see, the river used to come up to where I am here. So if money permits, I want us to excavate this whole portion that has been left now on the ground. It's now land, right, which is supposed to be water. Yeah, there's supposed to be water here, right? You see this river, it stretches further on. Just this, as you can see from the cave there, up to where we want to build a well, it's actually almost like 200 meters, right? But it stretches further. So what we want to do is remove all these plants in the water, because this is almost like 3 meters deep here. Just this portion here, from there right up to the place where we want to build a well. It's almost like 3 meters deep. So the pumps are in here. They're drawing water from this spot. We're gonna have enough water this season to water our plants. We thank Yah for this water. We are so eternally grateful. So if funds permit, we want to extend this, excavate the banks, right, extend it further, right? We extend it further there and then create a bigger source of water. Dig out here, right? Never mind, we can leave this rock here, but we can dig out also this whole space going to that big tree. We dig it out so that our water must get up to here. Our water must get up to here. So in line with that tree, right, we need to dig out, right, in line with those trees as well. So that means the width of the water source has been broadened, and we deepen it also up to 3 meters. Then we put a wire, like a demo at the end. I should have taken you there. It's a nice spot to put a demo. We are not going to put a really big demo, but just a bridge for which the cars can cross and the scotch cars also can cross. Right. So once we do that, we have enough water for our fields right up to the mountain. And we are not going to be bothered. Where do you put it? Okay, you put it there. Right. We are not going to be bothered with water shortages. We are going to make sure that our water is sufficient all the days, right through the year. Especially, we need more water in October, November, and December, because the rain season has shifted. You see, we used to get rain around 16, 17, 18 October. The first rains will come. And then we have rain for 3 or so days, and then they stop for a while to allow people to plow. Then once they come again, right through to January, the whole of December is raining through to January, and then it stops a little bit. February they come rains, lots of them. So that was the normal rain season, but now it's no longer like that. It's different now. Oh, where is this water coming from? It must be stopped. This water must be stopped. It cannot continue to be wasted like this. I was looking for our Husqvarna pump. I can't see where it is. Can't see it. Right. I'm gonna ask the guys. So this is our third field. I think currently this is the most productive of all our fields right now. And this is a good field as far as the soil is concerned, right? It drains water much more easier, and it is also very fertile, because there were just trees here. It was trees, this whole portion. And when I came in 2002, I decided that we should actually open it up and make a field out of this spot. So yeah, they've opened it up and they've fenced it, and it's actually producing quite a bit. It's quite a lot. It's quite a lot. In fact, all the how many bundles they got last 3 days ago? I think they got 60 big, huge bundles. Right, 60 out of this land. That's what they got. So yeah, that's how it is. So we are hoping that we will continue to get more from this land, and we are going to be more and more productive, right? So yeah, this is our land. This is what we are actually doing. But my prayer is that I must come back here and work on this land whilst I'm here, because remote farming doesn't work. It has got lots of frustrations and limitations, and I can see that we are losing a lot of money because of not being here to manage this project. So much money has been put here on this project to have all these things, to have all this infrastructure. It was supposed to be producing a lot more to put in our pockets, but it is not doing that. And so yeah, I'm praying for strength, and that I'll be able to work for a few more years, spruce up on the infrastructure, and then come and work on this land. Because I believe that if we clear those 2 gardens there on top, those for winter tomatoes, we must get enough money for me to retire and come back and manage this project. Yeah, the guys who love town, they can still continue living in town, but I don't think I can stand it any longer. I don't think I can continue to be in town any longer. I am old and I like it here. It's peaceful. It's just the kind of environment that my soul yearns for. And when I'm here, I don't feel any aches at all. I'm just good to go. You know, how can you be sick when you've got so much vegetation like this? How can you be sick when you've got so much fresh air coming from your natural environment? You know, it's beyond my words of description how thankful I am to Yah, you know, for giving us this blessing, this huge blessing. I have no words to describe my gratitude. My soul is eternally grateful, and I have such peace and hope that life, if we live it according to His words, to His commandments, we are going to get more out of life than we ever dreamt of. And I can see that. I can see that. The only thing that is left is to be at the place and start to suck all the blessings that come from this place. Yeah, this used to be a stream, you know, coming from the top there where I showed you a pond there. And it will be flowing throughout the whole year. Never stopped flowing. But because we are having droughts these years, we are not getting so much water in our water bodies. But despite that, you can still see that yeah, we can't complain. We can never be able, we can never even murmur. So my father said after my dad passed away, our father now is his young brother. So when I say my father, I'm referring to my dad's young brother. In my culture, he's not my uncle, he's my father. So he was saying we should actually remove the fence from here and put it further on where the trees are. Then excavate this whole space, right? We excavate it, right? Including this pond will be inside, right? And then we create a wall somewhere down there where it gets into the main river. We have created a huge fish pond. We can put our brims there. You see the brims that come from our river, the same brims from Kariba. When I used to eat meat, I don't think I loved any fish better than the brim, Zimbabwean brim. They call it tilapia or something like that. Hello. Yeah, all right. So yeah. So if we create water here, a dam wall, then we are going to be able to harvest a lot of fish. That's a business that I'm thinking about in the future. All these other projects, they must give us enough money to make such projects. And I'm just saying this is the potential. That's the potential of this land. That's as much as you can get. And nothing can stop you from living well when you apply these techniques. Halala Oya. May Abaya be praised for what he is, for who he is, and for what he does for us. Because there is nothing that we can murmur about or complain about, especially when we are so blessed like this. Halala Oya.